All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Um, Let me know if you can hear me. I was messing with some of the audio inputs, so just if you could confirm in the chat if you can hear me. But today we're just going to be actually. Well, I probably should wait and see if people can hear me. Um, the audio looks like it is coming through, so I think we should be all right. Yeah, so today we are going to be looking at the new gravitysketch iPad app, and it was released just recently, and you can go download it for free today at the App Store, and it's really awesome. It is definitely a work in progress. Please download the app and give us your feedback. If you're at all interested in any capacity, just go download it. It's free, and start making stuff with it. And give us your feedback and let us know. Also use the gravitysketch iPad hashtag if you're on Instagram. We'd love to see what you make with it. And we really just want to get as much feedback and as much content from the community as possible so that we can better tailor the app for the community and for what people think they'll be using it for. We will have another update to the gravitysketch iPad app later this year. And so a lot of the feedback that we have been getting and will continue to get will contribute greatly to what will be in that update. I can confirm that Sub D will be coming to gravitysketch iPad. So that's something that we definitely want to put in there. But as far as like different tools and maybe even precision features, if you want to see something in the iPad app, let us know. And that's really the best way. You can message us on Instagram or join our Discord. A lot of our product team is on Discord and listens to that a lot. So anyway, without further ado, here's the gravitysketch iPad app. And so we are going to make a digital camera today, and we're not going to go too crazy, but I think it'll be a great way to showcase some of the basic tools in the app. Now, I'll be full disclosure, I'm still learning to use the app myself. I'm really enjoying it, but it's a learning curve, just like any new thing. So just bear with me, but I'm going to go ahead and change the name of this file. So if you just want to change the name of a new sketch, you just go and click on that Untitled on the top, and you can just start typing in a new name. So I'm just going to type in digital camera, and there we have it. So these two dots are actually these purple dots are where my fingers are touching on the screen, just so you can see where I'm actually touching. So we're also experimenting with different ways of how we want to shoot the video for this, but today it's just going to be a mirroring. So let me just get out the Apple Pencil. And that's another thing is Apple Pencil is a must for this. It's just really easy to sketch with. You got pressure sensitivity for line thickness, so the harder I press, the thicker the line's going to be. And this line is a 3D object in gravitysketch, just like in the VR app. You can have thickness and thinness. So this is like a line that I can then go into edit mode, and I can start pulling these points around and start editing, which is really cool. And something I just realized when I sketched this is you could write like I could try and write my name in cursive, or I don't write cursive very often, but you could write sort of ornate letters and have it in 3D. And if you're like a graphic person, you want some perspective, that's a really great way to have like some quick lettering typography in 3D. That's actually kind of an interesting thing I just thought about. But I just think there's so many applications for this app. So cannot wait to see what the community does. Anyway, let's make a camera. So you'll see that we have this little navigation cube down here. It's a great way to lock onto different axes and different faces of the scene. And this is just really useful for, you know, if you want to sketch on a specific plane, this can snap you to that, and then you can begin sketching. We also, over here to the left, we have our plane adjustment. And this basically allows you to slide the sketch plane around in the scene. And there's different ways of snapping that. You know, you can snap that to your current view, and that's really how we're gonna sketch in 3D. So anyway, let's just get going here. I think what I want to do is I want to do just like a quick rough sketch, and then maybe do like a more refined one on top of that. So what we could do to do that is just draw a box. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we could, you know, if we want, go into edit mode here. And I'm going to click the, you'll see these little plus and minus buttons on the bottom of the menu here. And those will add or subtract detail to your stroke. Now, I will say that when you subtract the detail and you try to add detail back in, it's not going to go back to the original shape because it's starting from a simplified curve. So it's going to make it more round. So anyway, what we're going to do is, I think this is a good point. And then we're just going to, I'm just going to delete these points because I don't need them. Don't need any of these. Really, I just want like 3 points on each corner is what I really want. Oh, that's another good tip. I'll show you guys in a minute. Just going to delete that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, trying to just remember where it is. I believe it's here. We're going to loop this curve. So you'll see if you click this right arrow here, it'll pull over a menu, and you can actually adjust the thickness, the boldness of your stroke. And then you can also turn off or on this loop, and this will loop it around. So we're going to just cool. And then I probably want to turn on the mirror too. Yeah. So the mirror was not on, but if you want the mirror on, you just go up here and let me do the question mark thing. The question mark will give you a tip as to what something is. So you can click the question mark and then click on a button and it'll tell you what to do. So for example, the square button down here says holding this button gives you additional functionality. You can hold this button down to draw straight lines, or when the select tool is enabled, you can add to the selection and remove from the selection, and etc. So it's a great way to learn what each tool does, what each button does on the interface. So we've got our sketch here. And I'm just thinking to myself, I want to move this. So if I want to move something, I'm just going through the basics here just so everyone can understand how to use this. And you can also refer to the in-app tutorials as well, which are right inside the app here. So if you just go to the Learn tab, you can refer to those as well. Anyway, I won't spend a lot of time with the basics though, because I want to sketch this thing out, because we did do actually a live demo, I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I can't remember now actually. Beth Gill, she did this excellent debut demo of the app, so please go watch that to learn just like all the basics. So yeah, today we're going to be just making something. So I think I want to undo that. And I want to duplicate that. Made too many. And then I'm going to take that. I'm going to go into edit mode. So if you drag out in the white space, you can select dots, and then you can move them inward. So what we're doing is we're just scaling in basically. And then what we can do is we can go into another view. And we can pull that out dimensionally. Whoopsies. So we did it right that way, but then we need to get it back. So we're gonna pull that back over here. Here we go. So that would be like a little chamfered edge, I'm imagining. So what I want to do now is I'm going to select this whole thing and I'm going to just move it over. And then I want to add the lens. So let's get some lens detail going on here. We're going to do another, just for the sake of the demo, we're just going to do another layer. And we're going to call it lens. There we go. We call this other layer body. And so on the, oops, I guess I didn't save it. Lens, done. There we go. So on the lens layer, we're going to start making the lens. We're going to turn on polar symmetry, and let's see where we got. We got this axis, so that's pretty fun. So what we want to do is we want to adjust where our plane is, or our axis is, for the symmetry tool. So if we go here, we want to turn off mirror for this, I think, too. So I guess this view, this is something I haven't learned yet. I guess this action says that wherever I'm looking with the camera in the scene is where the symmetry will be made. So I'm just going all these different views, and that's where I'll get the symmetry. If I turn that on, then it's a locked, it's just like a vertical symmetry, no matter where I look. Interesting. Okay, cool. So we're just going to line that up in the center. Cool. But what we want is just some ellipses. So what we're going to do is we're going to change to revolve tool. And that is just the classic revolve tool in the like in the app. And so we can go into edit mode for that, point mode, and we can adjust that. I'm also going to change the color of it so I can see it a little bit better. So we can see the profile, what it's doing. Yeah, there we go. I don't want that to be as thick. So there we go. Good, good. And we're just going to duplicate this one. Duplicate. And then we're going to hold down the cube or the square, and we're just going to move it back. And so that allowed us to move it in a straight line, if that makes any sense. So I'll just do it again. Basically, you hold down the square with your finger, with your other hand, and then you can move, basically snap move anything around. You can also move it vertically like that as well. So that's really useful. I'm going to move this out a little more. Oops. I only want to. You can also multi-select with it too, which is nice. But I'm just going to move that out, and then I'm going to duplicate again. Oops. I think I made too many. Delete that one. Delete that one. Delete that one. Okay. So let's do that again. Duplicate and then move it out. Uh-oh, low battery. I guess I'm plugged in right now, but I guess I don't know. I guess that's probably still too much. Oopsies, we got that still. Got a little bug, it looks like. It looks like that smart move is kind of staying there. But we'll work through that. So okay, there we go. They got rid of it. Oh, that's strange. Sketch scales out whenever I move. How about we just go ahead and delete that, since that's looking to be a little troublesome. We'll have to get that figured out. Can't seem to delete that ellipse. Can I select that one? I guess I can. Duplicate it. And then pull it out. Just wish I could delete that other one. Here, let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to lobby here. I'm just gonna reopen the sketch. Look at that, they're perfectly aligned. Okay. I can add the mirroring back again. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so we are back. Sorry about that. But this is, this is a live session, so there's going to be some things to take care of live. So if we go here, and it looks like it's lined back up the way we originally made it, which is cool. So we're just going to go ahead and delete that one, though. We just don't need it. And we're going to make another one, duplicate, pull it out, and then I'm going to scale it in. I'm just going to go into edit mode. Bring that in. I guess I could just like box select the whole thing and do it that way. And we actually want that to be inside the other ellipse. So we're just going to push that back. And then we're just going to have another one. Oops. Okay, something I've realized, if my palm is resting on the screen, it seems to be what's messing up the smart move selection here. So I guess we just need to work on the palm rejection in the app. But just be mindful of that if you're using the app. If your palm is resting on the screen, it might screw up that button there. So anyway, we're just going to duplicate that, and then we're going to hold down the button, pull it out, and then we're going to duplicate one more time, pull it out, and I want to. I wonder why. Oh, it's because we weren't really doing it in the correct view. That's okay. This is just a sketch, so. So we're going to take this one, and we're going to go into edit mode for that. Select all those points, move it in. Keep forgetting I have to go into point mode here. Move that back. Cool beans. And so we have our camera lens, and I think what we should do next is have some sort of like the grip lines that you use to twist your focus as well as your zoom, and so we can do those. And if we want to do it like in an accurate way, we're going to need some more ellipses. So ellipse, a lot of ellipses, but this is really great because 3D sketching like this in the app, you can make a sketch like this, and then now it's an underlay for a sketch. So you have these ellipses and you have all these views. So now that's in 3D, I can just move this thing here, and now I have another view that I can sketch over top of. Ellipses are, notoriously by hand kind of not fun to do. So if you have something in 3D like this, bam, you're already done. All your ellipses are done. And you can continue working. And it's a sketch, so you didn't have to go into, another program, parametric modeling program, to model it out and then, take some screenshots. It's just sketched right in the iPad, and then you can continue working with it. So let's select this. I'm going to duplicate it, move it back, Let's see, did it not duplicate? Duplicate. There we go. And then I'm going to duplicate again. Move it back here. I think that's a good spot. And then we're going to do the same thing with these. I wish there was a way that I could move this. See, here's a little, I guess, a feedback thing from me. Is just like this is inside this other one. So if I want to duplicate it, pull it out, I don't want to accidentally select the other one. But yeah, so we're just going to select it and then move it. I guess we should. Oh, I guess that was sort of did what we wanted, but we duplicated both. And this, we're going to delete the outer one because we don't need that. Okay, now we can select this one, duplicate it, pull it over. I think I made 2 of them. No, I didn't. All good. Cool. A lot of ellipses. So I think it's going to look more. It's going to make a lot more sense once we add all of the lines. So we can just go to our change our tool. So if we go up to our tools, we're going to change this back to, I think ink would look nice. So we're going to do ink, and we're going to make sure our polar symmetry is on, and I'm going to do like just a bunch because I need a bunch. And let's see how we can best do this. So I want to get it. I don't really know where the center of this polar symmetry is. I kind of have to guess, I guess, a little bit. So I want to make some lines here and some lines here, like this. And I guess that's the way. To do it. So if we just go into edit mode for that, we can get rid of some of these because we just need it to be a straight line. Or we can do the minus. Let's get it down to 2 lines. And then we can change the thickness of it. We want it to be a little thinner. We can change it to thick to thin, all these different things, the shape of it, etc., etc. And then we'll go into edit mode, change these. And I'm just going to minus that up. But we need more, right? So we need, let's see, we're probably going to have to shift these up too. I'm going to thicken those a little bit. And I'm going to draw a few more. Yeah, so we need to shift those down a little bit. So I'm going to move, select, just move those right down the center. Need to be shifted forward. Just like that. But we need more. So we need, I'm not sure if this will work, but I think if we go to this view and we duplicate and then we select them select them again. We should be able to rotate. I guess there's not really a way to move. Maybe there is. To rotate them, basically. That's not duplicated anyway. We'll just go ahead and stay with that for now, just for the simplicity of the sketch. And let's get the rest of this body made. So we'd probably have a little extrusion that comes out of the side here. So I'm going to go to edit mode. Oops. And I'm just gonna pull these over just a little more. Go into edit mode. Do the same thing. And I just want to make a little part of this where it comes out. So I'm gonna do this. Go into edit mode. And I'm just going to pull these points out. I should probably add some points. I don't know why it got thicker. And then what we're going to do is just thinking a little bit harder. So yeah, we're going to put this 2 points here. Like that. Yeah. And then I want to go to the top view. And I want to pull these out. Yeah. Hope it's doing it the right way that I want. So pull these out. Move that over. All right, and then same down here. And then I want to add more points. Get these pulled out, and then I just want to straighten these just like this. Actually, don't really need those. So it takes a little adjusting. So that would be like our little hand grip. And then we're just going to draw a line. Actually, this will be a great way to illustrate the sketch plane. So if we go here to the unlock, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So now we're actually viewing. So before, if you click on this question mark and we look at the draw plane camera view versus free camera, this is something that's covered in the demo, where basically you have kind of two modes of the camera view. You can either have the draw plane always be where the camera's facing, which is what we're at right now. So wherever we're looking, that's where the draw plane is. And then if you switch that off, it's actually fixed in the scene. You have to manually adjust it. So we would go to this view, and then what we would do is we would click this button over here. We reposition the draw plane. This button over here, and that would reposition to where you're looking. So we're going to click the points, go to point mode, just that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to this view, switch the plane, and then using our slider on the left side here, we can shift the plane, and we want it right about here. And so all I need to do is just make it a little bit bigger, and then draw a line. And if we go into edit mode, I'm going to get rid of some of those lines or those points. Have a little bit of a curve to it. And so you've sketched it right on that plane there. I'm just going to go and duplicate that. Might be a little bit thick. Move it back there. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. I'm going to make a duplicate of that and duplicate it, move it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to go into point mode here, and I'm just going to create a little screen. Using the same boxes as we did before. Oh, I used the wrong one. Guess I didn't duplicate that either, but that's okay. We'll just use that as the screen and move that back. And then we will use this one as the duplicate. There we go. And then what we could do is we could just draw a bunch of stuff. So if we wanted to be really loose with it, we could just let me check on the battery here. I guess the battery's getting a little bit lower. We can just take our plane here, sketch plane, and shift it back about here. Here we go. And we can just start sketching like some circles, some rectangles. Can have like a little dial. Like we could be really loose with, like we could be really precise with our shapes, or just really loose. I'm going to actually make that a little bit more precise. Get rid of some of those, get rid of some of those points. I actually just want to loop this. So I'm going to loop that. I'll also check on your comments too here in a sec, so I can answer some of your questions. There we go. Then I'm going to select that, duplicate it, edit mode. Shrink it down. Yeah, so just as a reminder, this app is nowhere near complete or finished. This version that we shipped out is like a version that we felt that we felt was ready for the community to at large to begin using and testing, and to give us our feedback before we went much farther in development, adding more specific features and functions. So your feedback is greatly appreciated, as I mentioned in the beginning. We might just leave it at this for now. Let's add some corners real quick though, some quarter edges, and then I'll check out your comments. So we're actually going to switch the plane, and then we're going to shift it over to the edge here, right about there. I think that's where we want it. And let me just see what this is doing. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to have a line here, a line there, another one there. And then we're just going to shift it to the other side. Right about there. Same deal. And so now we've got our digital camera. So I hope you guys learned something. Let me go through some of these comments, see if I can. Any way to add a reference image to sketch over in the iPad app? Great question, Dave Swalbach. There's no way to add reference images right now just through the iPad app. If you also have gravitysketch VR, you can start, because you can actually have reference images in the gravitysketch VR app. And because you use the iPad app by logging into your landing pad account, you can also open your gravitysketch VR files as well in the iPad app. So if you have some reference images that you are using in the VR app, and you want to continue working in iPad, you can do it that way. There's no way to add them though right in the iPad app right now, but that will be something that is added later on, just not at the moment. Yeah, thank you for the kind words, King David. How new are these shortcut tools around the borders of the screen? I haven't used gravitysketch in a couple months. It's part of a new. Yeah, so Toby samples. Yeah. So this is VR app, or sorry, this is iPad. Yeah, so this is on iPad right now, and basically, yeah, this is the new iPad app, and so there has been a gravitysketch iPad app for a few years, but it hasn't been updated in, well, just many years. And this is like the new version, completely redesigned interface, tools, taking everything that's been developed in the VR app and translating it to in a 2D touch interface. Not all the tools quite, but the sort of the flagship main tools. And then obviously things are just going to be different on a 2D interface as well. So some things just might not translate from VR. Anyway, so yeah, your feedback is greatly appreciated, everyone watching. So yeah, go ahead and download the app and try it out. I also want to say we have a challenge right now going on as of the time of this live, where you create a digital camera in the gravitysketch VR or iPad app, and then you bring it into Procreate to sketch over it with more details or render over top of it. So we have a challenge going on right now on our Instagram. So if you want to be a part of that, go check it out, the prompt, and send us your stuff. And use hashtag gravitysketch challenge for your submission, so we can repost it and reshare it on our page. But I think with that, we'll just leave the demo at that for today for the iPad. We're trying to do more of these iPad demos and live sketches, and we're just trying to discover things, areas of improvement as well for ourselves. And your feedback, your comments during the lives are really helpful. So yeah, please tune in. We're going to try and do these iPad live sketches like on Tuesdays, and yeah, and just try some different workflows. So really excited to see what comes out of this, and see what everybody else makes as well. Yeah, thank you everyone for kind words and everything. So appreciate you watching. If you missed this in the beginning, just go ahead and rewind it. You can watch it right from the beginning. And yeah, also check out the gravitysketch iPad hashtag as well on Instagram. There's already some really great work that some designers and artists in the community have been making with it. Just some really great stuff. So get inspired and experiment for yourself. And then if you want to go download, just go to the App Store, and also check out the blog post that explains sort of the whole journey and the future vision for the iPad app and how it fits into the whole gravitysketch ecosystem. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.